project we were working on is the LCNIS, or the Low Cost Haptic Force Needle Insertion Simulator. It is our role to talk to stakeholders, talk to various experts within the medical field about what are different types of needle insertion procedures that we should be testing for, and where could the LCNIS be beneficial in an educational environment.
Our next step was conducting our user interviews and getting some quality feedback.
So through the meetings with our stakeholders, we identified that nursing educators and other educators of the medical field would be a great target audience to speak to and learn a little bit more about what they do in their processing and show them the current GUI prototype. So our interviews revealed that the LCNIS would not have a key role in undergraduate anatomy and biology education, but be great for nursing, both an undergrad and a postgraduate. So current education of what they do now, it lacks any type of simulation, which shows that LCNIS would be a great addition. They use a lot of mannequins that get mostly overused, and a main complaint in our interviews was that they lacked kind of variation anatomy and that they weren't realistic enough. We also showed the users our current GUI prototype provided by our stakeholders. Some of the positive feedback we got was that they loved having a grading system, but it lacked some procedure limitations.
Using the feedback from our interviews, it was time we start developing our prototype.
Okay, so our prototyping went in a couple of different stages. We had our pre-alpha prototyping, where we were prototyping by ourselves for the graphical user interface, just what are some ideas that we can come up individually. Then we came up with our alpha prototypes, so combining all these ideas from the pre-alpha phase into one idea, and it was a very low fidelity prototype in the alpha phase, where we're basically doing a paper prototype. We tested this paper prototype with various people in the classroom to understand what's the usability of that prototype, and then make improvements on that. So moving into post-alpha, sort of pre-beta, creating a higher fidelity prototype, but still technically low fidelity paper prototype. Do another round of user testing with our classmates, and then we move into the beta phase. We're creating a higher fidelity prototype, and actually creating a real-world graphical user interface using Adobe XD, and then making improvements upon that. And once we finish wrapping up the beta prototype, we move into the gamma, so the highest fidelity prototype we have, and then we moved into our user testing.
Here we have Aran Peng, MS in eDesign, showing off our low-fidelity paper prototype. Contrary to the previous GUI from our stakeholders, our prototype proposes viewing your past procedures to see how you've progressed. It also allows you to go back and start a new procedure. To add to the learning aspect, we propose adding a series of steps and mini quizzes to make sure the user fully understands the procedure before beginning the simulation.